Good morning, everyone. Roadshow Trucker back at you with another great video. A little change of scenery. I'm up in Pennsylvania right now. I'm about an hour from Batavia, New York. I'm on I-90 right now, but I'm picking up a load in Batavia, New York, and taking it to Henderson, North Carolina. And it's due for a drop and hook at the 90, which is the receiver, tomorrow by midnight. But anyways, I just stopped at a Pilot and got some fuel, and I'm the very first one, the first island. And this particular Pilot has so if you're number one to get fuel, number one island, and there's a truck pulled up next to you, it's real tight to turn to get out. Well, and this is kind of a funny story, but the girl that was next to me got out of her truck to go into the Pilot store, and as she's walking past my truck, she takes a picture of the trailer right around where it says Prime. And then I'm watching her in my rear view mirrors, and she's got her camera like she's going to take a picture of my trailer, the trailer number. And then I'm watching her, and I know she did because she stopped. It took her a while to appear in my driver's mirror. So what I'm thinking is, she's thinking, well, I'm going to take a picture of this trailer number and the name of it, because if I come back out and there's damage to my truck because he tried pulling out and his trailer hit my tractor, that's of course what I'm thinking. But this time of year when the truck stops are busy, and right now the roads look kind of clear. At the truck stop, they were snow covered. It was slush. So, I mean, tensions are high during the winter season. I get it. But at the same token, I used to be an investigator years ago with a security company. Private eye, basically. And, my mind wants to wonder, like, okay, is she going to try to pin something on me? Does she already have damage to her truck? Maybe she woke up, found damage, and she's just gonna say, well, this truck, this trailer number hit my, I don't know. But that's the way I think, because, I trust nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. But anyways, I thought I'd bring you along on this journey of mine. Like I said, this will be a multi-series, multi-videos during my trip to Henderson. So, yeah. I did stop. Like I said, I just got my day started. I did stop at a truck stop, but I had a 16-hour break. And I was running on hours, so I couldn't go any further. I had like 19 minutes on my clock, and my fuel stop was like 22 minutes. So I wasn't going to be able to make it, so I stopped at a rest area along, I think I was on 80 or 79. And I passed one rest area thinking, oh, there's another one in 10 miles. So I was trying to get as close as I could to that fuel stop. But, so anyways, I come up to the rest area, pulled in, and of course, my luck, it says, restrooms are closed at this facility until further notice. There's a big old sign as you pull in. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun, because, I stopped at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just now got rolling, and it's what, 4:30 in the morning. So, you know, I don't know how many hours that is, but let's just say 16. Extended break. But luckily, all I had to do was take a piss. So, you know, us guys have our ways. Anyways, so that's the moral of the story. That's all I got, guys. You know, I don't know what to think of this Pennsylvania weather, especially when you get over by the lake. You know, every day for the last 2 nights, it's been snowing. The roads are kind of slick. Obviously, this road is treated with salt. It is 27 degrees, but the roads are wet. You know, they're not icing up yet. And that's because the salt trucks are out. But, yeah, I don't know what to think about this winter weather. Luckily, I've had a little bit extra time on these loads, and I'm able to take my time and slow down, you know, at my comfort zone. This is my first winter driving, and you'll see much more as the winter goes on. I'm sure I'll do more videos. But like right now, I'm doing 50 miles an hour. The roads appear wet, but here's the thing, guys. You know, the temperature is 27 degrees. You know, and there is a such thing as black ice. So, and when you hit the black ice, guess what? It's too late. So I'd rather be going, you know, 50, 52 miles an hour than doing, you know, 65. Although it doesn't matter, because any speed, you hit that black ice, you're screwed. But, alright guys, like I said, this is going to be a multi-part video along my trip as I go. So we'll catch you on the next one. Hang tight. Okay guys, I arrived here at the shipper here in Batavia, New York. I'm going to get checked in and dock. Hopefully I can get out of here soon. See you on the next one. I am docked and parked, waiting to get loaded here in Batavia, New York. And hopefully it only takes about an hour or so, and I'll be on the road to North Carolina. Hey y'all, I'm almost finished getting loaded, and I'm trying to map out my the way I'm gonna take, and it's saying I'm 10 hours 37 minutes away, which equals 630 miles. As you can see, I got different routes I can take and different miles it will take, and I want to go less miles, less time. So the dark blue is the route that I'm going to take from New York to Henderson, North Carolina, and it looks like I'm going to be on 95. I'm going to go through Washington, D.C., well, the outskirts of it. And next I will look at the weather and see what the weather is doing from up here to down there. And we'll go from there. That is part of pre-plan, guys. Winter months, you got to always check your weather. See if there's going to be any delay. Snow, ice, you know, the whole 9 yards. See you on the next one. Next, I will check out my weather app, and as you can see, that little blue dot right there is where I'm at, and I'm going to be going straight down. And if you look at the time that's moving there at the lower left-hand corner, I will be running into some snow during this trip. Pretty much the whole state of Pennsylvania, it will be snowing. So now how much snow they're gonna get, I don't know. So hopefully it's not gonna be bad, but by the looks of it, it will slow me down a little bit. Everyone, I am leaving the shipper and back on the road here shortly. I have to stop at the guard shack so they can seal my trailer up, and then I'll lock it and whatnot. I am heavy, guys. I am heavy. I'm sitting at about 78,500, so 78,500 pounds. So Yeah, I hope I don't run into a whole lot of snow and just slippery roads, period. But we'll see. Stay tuned. Guys, it's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. As you can see, the roads are pretty dry. But when I was at the shipper, you know, it looked like it was going to be bad out, or the highways would at least be bad, but it's starting to clear up. I am in Pennsylvania. I'm on I-390. It's got some mountains and whatnot. Beautiful scenery, beautiful. Just chucking along. If I was able to drive straight to North Carolina, I'd be there by 10 o'clock tonight. It says about 9 hours from now. But because I only have like 6 more hours to drive on my DOT clock, I will have to stop probably at a truck stop and take a 10-hour break, and then get rolling in the middle of the night, probably at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then drive the other 3 hours to distribution center that I'm going to in Henderson. parked. I'm backed in. I got to take my 10-hour break. I'm tired. I should get my hours back, I don't know, probably around 2:30 in the morning. I'm not sure I'll get on the road that early. So I'm only about 6.5 hours away from my delivery. So I might get rolling at, I don't know, 6 in the morning. Meanwhile, I'm at a mom and pop's truck stop called Rutter's. I stayed at one the other night. They're pretty clean, pretty nice. They got a restaurant inside, a little gambling hall. So I might go gamble some money. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm parked for the night, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. I just woke up not too long ago. Did my pre-trip inspection, and now I'm just sitting here trying to wake up a little bit more. I decided not to go inside the truck stop and get my caffeine and all that, because I'd rather go somewhere that has a little bit better food. Because it's morning, 5:30 a.m., and I'm hungry. But we're going to get rolling here pretty soon. I'm ready for this trip to be over with. The good news is I'm about 350 miles away. So, and it's a drop and hook, like I said. So as soon as I get there, I get to unhook this and get the hell out of there. Yeah, I'm not a morning person, guys. I'd rather sleep in and stay up late. I've always been like that. Alright, let's get going. You guys can ride with me for a couple minutes, I guess. Again, the parking lot is slick. Parts of it got a little bit of ice. But, you know, you can't judge the roads off of the parking lot, because my experience is the parking lot don't really get salted a lot. But the highways, you know, they usually do a pretty good job on the highways. bit more snow than Pennsylvania, as you can see. But how about these beautiful trees? The scenery around here with the snow and ice on them. Beautiful. And showered, and now I'm at Denny's grabbing a bite to eat. I'm about 150 miles away from Henderson, North Carolina, so I'll be there in a couple hours. I finally made it to Henderson, North Carolina. I'm sitting here at the receiver right now. I unhooked and I went to get an empty trailer that's sitting here. It would not pass the pre-trip inspection. It said something about suction, so I called Road Assist and with Prime, and they told me to leave it there. It can't be used. So there's no other empty trailers here. So I called my dispatcher, and he's working on trying to find me an empty trailer. Meanwhile, I do have a shitty load going back to Illinois. And when I say shitty, guys, it's shitty. I requested some home time before Christmas to be home by Friday, the 19th. And my pre-plan is certainly getting me home, but it's getting me home 2 days earlier. And that's not, I don't want to close my business doors, 2 days earlier. And the load is crappy. I mean, it's 200 miles deadhead with a total of about 600 loaded miles. That's 800 total miles for $1,000. It's probably the worst I've seen in a long time. It is what it is. I'm not happy. I'm got about a quarter tank of fuel, so I'll probably eat up, I don't know, $350 to fill it. So am I really making all that much money? No. They're giving me $207 fuel surcharge. So it pays slightly over $1,000, and when you minus the fuel, it's gonna pay me $8 something to drive 800 miles. I don't like anything about it. And yes, I'm pissed. I'm angry. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But as a lease operator, we do get to pick and choose our loads. I did call my fleet manager. He was actually working today. Today's Sunday. He's usually off on the weekends. And, I told him I don't want to be home on Wednesday. I need to make a little bit of revenue, so I'm not in the hole, guys. That's the whole thing. When you go home, you still got that truck payment coming out. You still got your $1,500 cost. And that varies. For those of you that might get a used truck, it might be a little bit cheaper. But yeah, so I don't know what to think about that. So I'm just beyond frustrated. And besides, with me picking up that trailer that was bad, I already hooked to it. And while it was doing the pre-trip, and then I found out it failed, so I had to unhook from it. So yeah, the last few hours haven't been the greatest, but the moral of the story, thank you guys for coming along with me on this trip. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful scenery through the mountains. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page. And if you're new or thinking about coming to Prime, when you fill out that application online, put my referral code down, ZNKGDE. It helps. I was told it puts you guys at the top of the list because you've already talked to someone or know somebody. I know for sure it helps me out. That's all I got, guys. See you on the next one.